born an athlete, you'll die an athlete. It's in your DNA.
You're an athlete. Live like an athlete so that you can be successful in life.
You're an athlete. Live like it.
ANA, America needs athletes.
All right, we are live in the gym closet. Welcome, athletes, into the gym closet for another episode. If you're joining us, why'd you keep looking at that for?
I don't know. I thought you were going to have me say
just a
something.
long pause.
Oh,
I was like, the
I was pausing because
anticipation
you were
was-
looking at me all funky. If this is your first time joining us, we don't normally go live, but we're going to go live for a little bit today. Jump on YouTube to get the full Gym Closet podcast. Not only today's, but 165 episodes. Today is the 165th. So if you have not joined us yet, subscribe to the YouTube, or you can find us on any of the podcast, wherever you get your podcast, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
We don't know
Where else
about
do you
that.
Yeah, you guys
Android.
Android
Android
phones.
Team
for
Android.
life.
Oh man, yeah,
Freaking weirdos.
yeah, that is
Android
weird.
for life.
That'd be a good craving.
There we
That would
go.
be a
Apple
good
or
craving.
Android. I think I know which way that would
Yeah.
I
go.
think
No,
I
I
know
know what way
which
that would
one's
go for
in
sure.
No, it's
Yeah.
100%.
I think Android, like, volume-wise, is higher, though, than Apple.
I mean, I bet if you look at it, like Apple is one company compared to
Right.
every
Android is
other.
like, you're
Like,
talking
like,
LG.
That's what I
If
mean.
you
I'm
went
talking
to,
Samsung.
volume, like,
Yeah.
Motorola.
If you go like Apple versus the Field,
that's what I mean.
I would say like volume-wise,
Yeah.
there's probably more the
I
Field.
bet Apple.
But I
is a
bet
brand.
people that really care though would probably. I just unplugged my microphone.
Plug that
Apparently-
back in. People that really care don't listen to Zach.
Right.
He just
Zach
muted
knows
himself.
nothing, so.
Yeah. But yeah, so if this is your first time joining us, the Gym Closet is a Krave Gym podcast. We talked about optimizing life, being successful, and living your life like an athlete, because that is what makes living life great. And being successful is our definition of living like an athlete. Both inside of the gym, we're training like an athlete, and outside of the gym, we're living like an athlete. So we have a couple segments that we normally do. Do we want to kick it off with anything else? I'm here, as always, with Amber,
Except for last week.
except for Zach,
Always asterisk.
always,
And sometimes.
and sometimes Jake, hit or miss, depending on where we're at training-wise. But
How was everybody's Thanksgiving? I wasn't
yeah.
on last week, so.
It's been it's been a long-
we didn't
2
get a
weeks
chance to
out.
talk about the Nebraska-Iowa game.
Yeah, we didn't get
Ooh.
that chance.
And
to
since
see the
then,
embarrassment. But then,
Iowa has then played.
If we would have talked last week about it, it
Zach
would have been a
had
whole
a-
different conversation than this week.
Zach would have had
This
a lot
week
to
is
go
very
about.
sad. Yeah, this week I'm more sad about Iowa.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What
They
happens?
they won.
I would
10
be
games.
sad.
It's
I
it's a
am
good
sad.
season.
So, who do they play in the bowl game?
They play Kentucky in the Citrus Bowl.
Oh,
Them and Iowa State are both in Orlando.
Yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
Is it the same time frame, or is it like
Yeah,
a
it's
couple
like-
days
it's like
apart.
2
couple
days, 2 or
apart.
3
It's
days
crazy
apart,
how
yeah.
they take like a month off and then they
Yep.
go
Yeah,
and
it's
do the
weird,
bowl games. Why do
yeah.
they do that? Because like,
Because they can make more money when you draw it out longer like
yeah.
Yeah.
that. Versus
Yeah.
playing everyone in one weekend.
So yeah, but the Huskers, Scott Frost is still going.
Oh, he's
Still
he's
going.
there.
Still
They adjusted.
They got
his,
some new O line.
They just
his
got a new
contract.
coordinator today. They just got a new offensive coordinator.
You know who needs a
they?
new offensive coordinator?
Iowa.
Iowa.
I would love.
They need some offense.
I would love a new
Who's
offensive
that,
coordinator in Iowa.
Guy
Anybody.
from LSU that came over to Nebraska. I thought he was something with offense.
Oh yeah, he's the wide receivers coach.
Wide receivers coach.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
What was his contract? What did they?
They lowered the buyout and they lowered his salary. Basically,
They're prepping for the end. The
Yeah.
inevitable end.
They're
never
saying
want that to
they're
happen.
saying we would love to fire you and not have to pay $20 million. So if we
Right.
can give you one more year and then
Fire you
change
for like
our
less than that.
yeah.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So what's a probability if he has a solid season? He'll stay around, you think? Or
Well, that's
Well,
the
if he
thing.
can
They're
win more
also
than 3
just on
games,
More
he'll
than
probably
3
stay,
games,
but-
that's when he's staying.
Yeah, if he can somehow scrape together like a fourth win, then maybe he'll stick
You
around.
might have
But-
another
And
year of
Martinez
Scott
is
Frost.
out. Martinez
I know.
is gone.
But
He's heading to K-State.
is he really? I
Yep.
didn't
Did
know
he,
Yeah.
that.
did he
K-State.
finalize
Is he really?
it? His
Yeah,
I'm
girlfriend's
pretty
there,
sure
I
that's
guess.
like where his girlfriend's at. I think he's
Huh.
gonna end
I
up
didn't
at
know that.
K-State. I don't know if it's finalized, but I'm pretty sure that's where everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go.
what everybody's thinking.
that team can't go anywhere but up either.
Yeah,
True.
they're all right.
Them in Kansas.
Kansas can go anywhere. But
Kansas beat South Dakota. I think one of their first games of the year.
Yeah.
And stormed the field.
Yeah.
over a smaller school
Over
that they should
a
win. And then you
FCS
want to know
team.
who the only other team they beat this year was? Texas.
Texas.
No one likes Texas.
Yeah. So
Well, it's
Um,
funny because Kansas, my brother's like a huge Nebraska, like just diehard. So they're like, oh, my mom and I were laughing because Kansas State from Nebraska is like 2 hours, like it's or 3 hours. It's
Yeah,
not
not
even
far.
that far. So everyone's
Right.
like, why would he transfer if it's like not like it's across the United States?
Well, I mean, I
Just
think
to
it would
not
probably
play
more
with
of
Scott Frost.
Mm-hmm.
I think, well, I mean, like he's been there for like what 12 years now at Nebraska.
right.
Pretty
close.
He's
He's
already-
pretty close.
No,
He's probably just ready for a change.
I get that,
would
too.
assume at
but
this
it's
point.
just funny because my brother's like, it's for his girlfriend. I'm like, well,
I bet it's more
It's
of
more
like
of
It's
a-
probably-
probably
probably
a
a
lot of
competent
reasons.
program.
he knows that.
Well, I would also assume that someone said that you're not going to play next year
Right.
Right.
Which
for
would make
us.
sense.
So then he'll say, okay, well,
and I
I'm
think
gonna
all the
go play with
backlash
someone
from the
else.
fans and stuff too. Is
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Probably not
Well,
wanting
it's-
to be there anymore.
Anyway, yeah, because they want to win, which is
Ah,
today's
ooh,
word of the week.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yes.
smooth.
That was
Right?
clean.
All right,
And
should
so-
we shut the live off, or are we still gonna
What's
keep
that?
going?
No, we'll do the word of the week through the live, and then you have to jump onto our YouTube if you want to watch it, or you can listen to it as a podcast. But our word of the week this week is win. Obviously, being successful, being victorious, winning an event or contest is kind of the definition. We always do a quote, and the quote that I like, there's a couple different quotes that I like. One I thought about last night, and I sent myself an email because I'm going to put it on a shirt. But the first one is win or learn, never lose. I like that one. Because essentially you're saying if you do lose, you better learn and change something and compete again. But then the second one is there is no one is going to win for you. Is the thing I thought about last night, and that's kind of what I wanted to dive into today. Is I think a lot of people. Have you ever had that person in like your school project group back in the day that was like I'm going to depend on my group and not pull my own weight, and if we win, you guys are going to win for me type of person?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So everybody hates that person, right? So when you get into the real world, that opportunity doesn't really exist for many people. You know what I mean? And so that's what kind of got me thinking about no one is going to win for you. And it's really talking about, taking responsibility and taking control of your own life. And if you win, you know that you put in the work, you put in the effort to win. And if you lose, there is no losing. So, learning from that loss and continuing until you do win, because no one's coming to win for you. You know what I mean? And I think that if we frame every day like that, no one's going to hold your hand, make you work. If you're at if you're in the corporate world, nobody's going to do your work for you. And if you have had other people do your work for you, you can probably only get away with that for a little bit of time until that gets figured out and you're not the one that gets credit for it. So winning is super important. So that's the kind of the first thing. No one's coming to win. Win your own battles. Take responsibility for your life and being successful and get your wins that way. The other thing I kind of wanted to talk about when you think about winning and being successful is a lot of people, I feel like it kind of has that negative connotation. We talked about competitiveness and we've talked about competing and how that kind of has a negative connotation in the real world with like, oh, you're over competitive. Win kind of has that same connotation. So like for some reason, it's like an aggressive word. Like if I say I win, like that means someone else loses. So we don't want to win,
And their feelings are hurt.
and their feelings are hurt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like, and it's kind of, I feel like the old head now talking about like the give everyone a participation trophy award type of thing. That is taking away the winning reward, right? And I think that's why in today's world the word win has kind of taken a back seat and made it so it's like kind of has a negative connotation. No one's out here saying go win, you know what I mean? Because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings who then would lose in that competition or whatever. And so I think that we want to take back the word win. One, action steps, go win today. You have a bunch of things on your to-do list. Knock those out. Make yourself win today. And that kind of goes back to no one's going to do it for you, so do it yourself. Or step up and be a team captain when it comes to there are group projects still in the world, right? We just had a meeting, so all four of us are going to win, but then we have different things that we all are kind of responsible for in order for our team to win. And so those things happen all the time, but take responsibility for your piece of the pie. And so if your team wins, you know that you put in the effort for that as well. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is when you do win, take a second. This is what I suck at. Take a second to celebrate a win and do something to acknowledge that you have won, because the more tallies that you can put in that win column and the more times you recognize that you do win, I think that you can, your confidence goes up. You're used to winning, just like a program like Alabama, right? Alabama is a program that is so used to winning that it's going to take a lot of many, many years of losing for them to feel differently about themselves. You know what I mean?
Just think of their fans. You just won another game.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Nebraska just
like
keeps
it's
you on
nothing.
edge a lot. You just never know.
Yeah, there you go. Winning too much wouldn't be fun.
Would be
Right.
fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't keep you on
Right.
your.
It's
Yeah.
the
I would just be like,
expectation,
oh, we're
not
fine.
just a reward. It's not rewarding anymore to
Yeah.
win.
But I think that one thing that and this is one thing that I'm going to work on a lot as well is set yourself up to win. When you do win, take a second, not too long, but take a second to celebrate that win, because then it really kind of cements that win in your mind and continues to have confidence and that kind of thing.
Or even this next week, write down when you lay down in bed, whether it's you type it on your phone or you write it on your notepad, like 5 things you won in that day. One of mine is like getting everybody to bed on time. That is a win, or doing the dishes before I go to bed. That is a win that night. Just like little things like that, but it just sets you up for success and makes you appreciate that. Yes, the day might be a blur and you might not feel like you won anything, but you did win something.
What do all those gurus say? That you should make your bed every morning because that's a first win.
Right. Yeah.
And that will boost your confidence. Like, I don't make my bed, but but I mean that would be
but it'd be a win if you did. Though.
But if I did,
yeah. But
you
I
did, it'd be a win.
think that's what some of those gurus say. But but yeah, those wins that you can have, those when you're knocking stuff off your to-do list, or when you accomplish a new goal, when you hit a sales goal at the end of the month. We're coming towards the end of the year, so people are going to have sales quotas and end of quarter, end of year type of. You analyze what you've done that quarter, what you've done that year, and so those are times to really recognize the wins. Really make sure that that you at least give yourself a second to celebrate, and then make a goal to set up your next win and your next challenge. And some of the things that we've talked about, in the past, we can the words of the week. You can go back to the goal setting and all of those different things in different episodes to kind of revert back to that cycle. But win is a big part of it. And so finishing off win, we have a couple different segments. So live, we will be seeing you guys later. Check out, if you want the rest of the podcast, check us out on YouTube or on where you get your podcast. I don't know your life. You get your podcast wherever
do
you
whatever
want.
you do.
Yeah, I don't do Apple. You might do Apple.
Just subscribe to our YouTube channel.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Can you
And
name
then
that? Because I'm
for-
going to do the craving.
Yep. Okay. And then for everybody else that's still listening.
Thank you.
All right. So on YouTube, we are back with our myth of the
Ooh.
Mythbusters fitness mythbuster of the week. Moving away from our word of the week, let's get in. Do we want to
Let's
get
hear
into?
it.
Do we want to get
No,
into
his
myths?
first.
So
No,
we're already
his
into it.
first.
I've been thinking about this one for a couple weeks now. I'm going to talk about the fat burning zone today. Don't be too excited. Don't be
I
too
love it.
excited.
The fat burning zone. Let's hear
Right,
all
and why
about
it's
this.
bullshit.
There, now we're talking.
But wait,
So-
there's an entire company that makes their entire program about the fat burning
Right.
zone.
Right.
You mean that's bullshit?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
I know. It's disappointing. I know it sucks. But
Mind blown.
So basically, the fat burning zone, kind of super high level, is basically suggesting that to burn more fat, you should work out at a lower intensity rather than like HIIT training or just high intensity training in general. So the science behind it is that your body
And that's
uses,
from heart rate, right? Is what
Right,
Yeah.
right.
the name
So
is? Okay.
yeah, so basically you're supposed to keep your heart rate supposed to keep a lower heart rate, lower intensity, rather than getting your heart rate up too high and getting too intense with your exercise, essentially. So basically kind of the science behind it is, that gets misinterpreted, obviously, is your body, for a higher intensity exercise, your body will naturally want to use carbohydrates to fuel that higher intensity exercise. And then when it's a lower intensity exercise, your body will gravitate and use more fat versus carbs. You're going to use both at any intensity. It's just a matter of like what ratio, what percent of fat versus carbs you're using. Where people get mixed up with that, I can't mess up now. Where people get messed up with that though is like they interpret that fat burning zone as burning the actual body fat off your body, which using calories, any exercise is going to burn that body fat essentially at any intensity. So people sometimes I think get mixed up between body fat versus fat as a macronutrient. So when we're talking about the fat burning zone, your body at a lower intensity uses the nutrient fat that you're eating rather than burning more of the body fat off your body compared to the carbs that are in your body, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't focus now with Amber recording.
No, but
All
that's
of it
exactly
matters.
right.
No,
So,
it's really
and so the big thing that you also have to concentrate on is the overall calorie burn is going to be what. So think of carbohydrates. Think of creatine first is your ATP, then carbohydrates, then your fat, and then oxygen essentially is if you're going long distance marathon type of thing. So think of those as all of your energy systems, right? So that's what your body has in its bloodstream readily available for your now you
God
got
damn it, guys.
We gotta stop
no,
this.
so
We gotta
no,
stop
so,
this.
so okay, so
Figure it
that's sorry. So that's what's readily available in your bloodstream to utilize as energy while you're working out, right? So depending on what type of intensity of workout, you're gonna pull a different ratio for whatever. So if you're super anaerobic, say you're just working weightlifting. You're lifting as heavy as you can for a couple reps. You're going to be using your creatine phosphate, your ATP system, that first energy system. That's why it's important to get your creatine to get that system higher, right? So then if you're going to be there, you're going to be using that system. Then you're going to be getting into your carbohydrates. Then you're going to be getting into your fat, then your oxygen system. So if you're just running steady state the entire time, it's aerobic with oxygen. So you're going to be using that oxygen the entire time. You're going to get all of those energy systems are going to give you energy for that workout, but there's different ratios in where you're going. So they're saying that a certain ratio will get you optimal fat burn as an energy system. The problem with that is in order to go into your fat stores, which is different than the macronutrient fat that you already mentioned. In order to get to the fat stores, you have to be burning more in a daily basis of calories, energy, than you are consuming in that day because you have to get into that deficit. And so that's when you get into the stores. If I burn 3,500 calories more than I am eating, then I will lose a pound of body fat because my body will take that body fat and actually turn it into fat ketones in my blood that I can use if I need it because I've not eaten enough to give me the energy to do that, right? But if say that you're eating exactly where you should, you won't lose any weight, you won't gain any weight, but you'll have optimal levels to perform at the exercise and the intensity that you need. But yes, that myth should be busted to the point where you will not burn more body fat in a moderate intensity style of workout versus a HIIT style of workout. You may, though, even burn more calories, and we've talked about this, I think, before. You may burn more calories in a given session if you are doing, more HIIT training or moderate endurance or agility type exercises. You might burn more calories there than you would be lifting, but that still doesn't mean that that workout, the calories burnt from that workout are like normally. So go back to the endurance style workout, right? You might burn 500 calories, but when you're done with that workout, you're done burning calories from that workout. Now, say that you did weightlifting and you do half of the endurance, so you burn 250 calories from that, and maybe you only burn 100 calories from the weightlifting, the acute weightlifting that you did that session. So now total you're at 350, but the physiological changes in the repair and what your body goes through in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, 96 hours to repair your body from that bout of lifting, that is going to continue to burn, and that's when people talk about an elevated metabolism. That's why lifting elevates your metabolism, because tomorrow I'm burning more calories tomorrow than I would by lifting today than I would if I didn't lift today. You know what I mean? And that's what people talk about. Not only that, but then if you gain muscle, more muscle on your body means that you require more calories in a day, energy-wise, and so you can eat more, your metabolism's higher, all that good stuff. But that's going against the myth. Yes, myth busted.
The reason, your body can adapt to certain ways. So if you're constantly running and doing cardio, in order to burn more fat, you need more of that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why at Krave, we're winning because every season we switch up what our goal is. So your body needs all that stuff. It needs the HIIT, it needs the weightlifting, it needs the steady state endurance, right? For our heart, for what our goal is. And that's why every 8 weeks we switch it up, because yes, your body needs it, but it can hit a plateau when it becomes used to something and doing it over and over and over.
Right.
So what you're saying is it's almost like you're saying that we train differently for different seasons, which causes us to use different energy systems in our body to then optimize all of our energy systems rather than just one out of the four.
Yes.
Science.
Wow.
You
guys didn't even know.
I fucked that up. We all should have done that. You all three did that at the
all.
exact same time, and I fucked it up. Sorry. That would have been really cool on camera.
So it's crazy because, you guys listening, you don't even know all the benefits you're getting.
It's just,
But we know.
Those bennies.
I know. Look at them all. Look at them all.
All about the bennies.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
Crazy. No, that's good,
Cool.
Mythbuster. Love it.
All right.
Good one.
What do we got next?
So craving, we're going to do a Christmas edition of the Craving by
Zach's
Zach.
got to be out of here. Got training.
So.
Oh, yeah. Zach tore his pec, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Used
you're
to
gone.
you guys.
Yeah. if you were wondering why he's in a sling, he
Good little note as he
got
walks
injured.
out.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even think about
Challenge
it.
today was a tough one.
Yeah, because we've seen him, but that might be the first time a lot of people have seen him since a couple weeks ago. So he's in a sling. He actually, he doesn't know exactly, but he thinks he tore a pec bench pressing the other day. So
He needs to go get it checked out.
That's why you should lift heavy regularly.
T's and
Avoid those issues.
Yes.
Very unfortunate.
T's and P's.
So last week we didn't get to talk about the craving because I wasn't on here and this is my thing to do. So we did the Thanksgiving craving, and I just went to look at the archive stuff, and it's not even on there.
Oh.
Why would it not be on like the stories?
Leave it to Instagram.
I don't know.
Ruin everything.
Because you know how like, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
That's fun.
Because it was on the story, so then like I screenshot it, and then you like circle it.
Okay.
But I don't see like any of those. There should be like 7 or 8.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Because I'm on the Krave Gym one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you post on a different one?
That's what I was wondering. Did you
Post
post
on,
on
like,
yours?
your
Did I post it on
Krave Gym
Waukee?
Did you post it on your
Let
personal one?
me keep looking. But
All right.
anyways, because it should like that's the weird thing is that it should be on there.
So did we vote for? We voted for ours. Thanks. What was the Thanksgiving thing?
No, I just reshared it on here. Huh?
But if you can you see the reshares, and this or that? So we had this or that, right?
Yeah, we had this or that.
Okay, but we can't see any of.
But I
the,
can't see like how many people
People
voted
voted for
unless it was
results.
the West Des Moines page. Unless it was my personal page, but I don't think it was. I think it was on the
I mean,
Krave
there's
page.
like 7 different Instagram accounts at once. It's
I know.
pretty
Yeah.
tricky to manage all of them.
Well, and I don't know why they wouldn't be up there, so it's super weird. But anyways, people like those, I think, the this or that. So we're gonna do a winter edition of this or that. So we're gonna post it, and then next week we'll all give our.
Okay.
We'll make sure.
Idea.
they
So that's your
they get our-
segment
they-
Is
Yeah.
Just
Is that
That's
it?
good.
Hey,
get ready.
That was solid.
Get ready.
Solid.
Get ready
That's all we got.
for our
Just
winter.
hyping you up for the next one.
Yes, for our winter.
Well, I mean, that's all I.
What were some of the this or that's? Like, what do we? Do you have any like?
Oh yeah, hold on.
Like, we
Hold
could
on, I
talk
need to
about
try
them at the
my-
very
I need to
least.
look
Oh yeah,
at-
he wasn't in.
I wasn't in.
Oh,
I was.
you
I haven't
were?
been.
Yeah,
I haven't
so
been
let's
in
get
here.
So
yours.
this segment.
There we go.
This is
Yeah,
perfect.
this segment
Let's
we'll
get
do
yours.
Jake's
Let me make sure I didn't post it on my
Thanksgiving this or
personal.
that. You're gonna have 1,000 stories on.
Damn it.
You did post it on.
No,
yours.
I didn't.
Oh,
This is just I shared it,
well,
but
use that.
it's pissing me off.
use that though.
Okay, football or shopping?
Football. Who wants to go
Shopping,
Who
of
wants to
course.
go shopping
Come
on
on.
Thanksgiving?
I have to get the women in this too. Oh, midday meal or dinner meal?
Midday. I can't wait that long for dinner.
Yeah,
There's no way in hell I'm making it till past 1
So
o'clock.
we did a turkey.
Oh.
I smoked a turkey this year and last year, but so I started early in the morning, but it takes like
like the whole
8-10
day.
hours. So like we
You started at like 6. I think.
started at
Why
like
aren't
no,
you getting
I-
up at 3 a.m. to start?
Yeah.
that's what I should do. But we ate it at like 3:30, which is I like that.
That is like
It was a really good
borderline.
time.
If it starts any later than that,
Yeah.
you're.
Well, we had a bunch of
Yeah.
apps before too, which was awesome because that tied us over until the meal.
Yeah.
But
That's what
I also
It
had
was
like
good. It was
3
so
separate
good.
meals on Thanksgiving, so I was in like.
Oh,
I
nice.
was in no like.
Yeah.
But if I had to wait past like lunch, I think I would have been
yeah,
feeling it.
and then wine or beer,
Beer.
Okay.
I don't like wine. so-
turkey, or ham or other. So turkey or ham or other.
I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but turkey is wildly overrated. I think we had this conversation. If you do like the traditional, like bake it in an oven,
Yeah.
Over. Yeah.
it's so over, like it's so easy to be like, it's just dry and boring. It doesn't taste good. I've never really tried like a smoked turkey, I guess. So I wouldn't, I'm sure that would make
Smoked
Maybe
turkey is a
I'm sure
above
that's a
and
next
beyond
step.
that, but
I do
still
think
not as good to me.
to
as
like
a-
have your entire meal revolve around a turkey is like the dumbest thing ever because it's a wildly overrated food
Right.
in my opinion. So
Yeah.
definitely
agree.
definitely ham or other.
nice.
A seasonal outfit or comfy.
What about a
clothes?
turducken?
I've never had one of those. I've
Neither
never.
have
I
I.
don't know what that is.
It's like
It's
a
a-
turkey and a
Turkey. It's a duck inside of a turkey inside of a or no. Turducken.
It's like
it's
chicken,
a chicken inside of a duck inside of a
What?
turkey. Yeah.
No.
That would be interesting. I've never tried duck though. So.
Yeah.
Duck I've heard
I'm
is
sure
more gamey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
the other two. Not necessarily.
So seasonal outfit or comfy clothes. So like seasonal outfit is like the flannel or like the folly.
I'm 100% in on comfy clothes. I have a significant other that would say otherwise because if we don't get a good picture on a
Yeah.
holiday and a
And
then it's
seasonal
not.
matching outfit,
Yep.
that's not a good thing.
Love it.
So I have
Okay,
to-
we have to,
I
at
have to
some
play the
point
game.
we have to talk about matching outfits because I am anti matching outfit.
Well, what
And
are we talking about
Amber
matching?
lo-
Are they
so-
like you and I are wearing the exact same thing, or are they
This
complementary
is
outfits?
this is
I
what I
love
ran
matching
into.
Ivy.
She loves well, that's fine, but she
Mother-daughter's
loves
different.
she loves to match as a family. So we for the kids' birthday parties, we
I
had
think I saw these
flannel in.
pictures.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was like random actually. I wanted the kids to match, and then you put on your red flannel. I'm like, that's funny because I was gonna match the kids, but I do have a red flannel, so I just threw it on.
So
Okay.
yeah, like, are we talking
'Cause
like
as soon as
you and I
everybody
wear
walks
the
in-
exact same
But it was for
outfit?
a birthday party, so
It was
it's kind
fun.
of cute.
It was fun.
It wouldn't be like, let's not go
It
to
was
the mall
fun.
like this.
Right.
I'd be like, that's super weird.
It was fun. Okay, I'm glad you said that because it was okay, but everyone that walked in immediately turns to me and goes, "Oh, you and Amber are matching. That's so cute." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, we are."
Well, yeah, like if you wear the exact same like outfit, that kind of matching, I'm like,
Right.
if you wear something like
Color
coordinated,
coordinated.
like
I'm
complimentary,
okay with that.
like that's a
And
little
that's what we
different.
do
So
for
you look
family
good
pictures.
together,
We have
but
to, yeah.
I'm okay.
it's not
with
like you're
Yeah.
wearing like
Okay.
orange and you're wearing teal and you look like a Miami Dolphins fan or something like
Right.
that.
Right.
So.
And who would want to be a
yeah,
Miami
who would want to be?
Dolphins
Who would
fan?
want to be a Miami Dolphins fan?
Okay,
Those
so
guys suck.
homemade food or a restaurant?
Homemade food, 100%. Not that restaurant food is bad, but if we're going like Thanksgiving, like
yep.
there's no way you should cater that.
Stuffing or dressing?
What's dressing?
Same thing. Do you call it
Oh,
stuffing?
what do you
Yeah,
call it?
Yeah, so then
That
you call it
answered the
stuffing.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were too bad.
Pumpkin.
And it's actually so we found out the definition is different. If you cook it inside, it's called stuffing. If you prepare it and cook it on its own,
Well, see,
it's
that's
called dressing. I
That's
guess.
interesting because then I eat dressing, but I've always called it stuffing.
Yeah.
I
I
do.
had
There you go.
no
We do
idea
the
that
same
it was
thing.
two completely
We do the
different
same thing.
things.
Yep.
We could get
Okay,
separate.
the last one is pumpkin pie or pumpkin bars.
That
I
is,
know,
you said the
that's a
toughest
tough
question
one.
for last.
Toughest.
I gotta go pumpkin pie.
Mhm.
Pumpkin bars are really, really good, but I feel like I have those like more than once a year. Pumpkin
Right.
pie is like
That's
I
true.
only have that on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So like the specialness factor of it is a little bit
with
different.
the whipped cream or whatever.
Yeah.
The,
I saw
more
a
whipped cream
sweet-
than pie.
I saw the coolest pie. It was a pie, and then they had a little Hot Wheels car, and then they had like a perfect burnout in whipped cream. The car looked like it was
Someone
giant. It
is
was like a
cool.
giant cloud, and then it went into the car like it was burning out in a
Yep.
circle. It
It
was really
sounds
cool.
like someone's way too talented and has a lot of
Right.
time
Yes.
on their
Yeah.
hands
That was
to
one of
be
the
making a
that was one of
pie
the
like
coolest
that.
things I saw this year. So
That's
awesome.
There you go.
Anything
How
else we
was
got?
this or that? It's
No.
like a little speed round on questions.
Yes.
yeah, it's good.
I like those.
All right,
and
so
it
we're
gets
gonna get
better
a winner
than
one.
like, what do you like better?
Get ready for a winner one. It
Yeah.
will be on
Pepsi or
Crave
Mountain
Gym.
Dew?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's just they're more
There's a
fun.
lot more.
It'll be on
options.
Crave Gym Instagram and Facebook or
Crave Instagram.
Instagram. So Crave
Well, I
Gym
think it
Instagram.
automatically goes to the Facebook, but I don't know.
It
I
did
don't-
go live on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
I got
get ready for that. What you should do with that is you should vote, tag us. So just circle which one you choose, tag us, and then repost the blank form. Take a screenshot, repost the blank form, and see what your friends say. Because then we can get more to talk about. So that will be coming up here in the next week, and we will talk about that next week. Anything else we want to? Have we thought we're gonna still?
No,
we're still got a
we're
segment
still in the market
Jake?
for a
Yeah.
segment for me to bring to the table.
So if you
I
have
think
one-
it's the recipes
I don't
thing.
like that one. We should be.
It's gotta be
Tyler,
something
he's
that
gotta-
you're passionate
that I
about.
care about.
Like if he brings recipes and he doesn't give a shit about cooking,
I
that's
don't
gonna make
care.
that's gonna make up for a poor.
Here's
segment.
a secret of me. I eat the same like 5 things
Right.
every day
Okay,
for
alright.
my entire life. So I'm not going to be too creative with the recipes
Yeah.
because I don't need that in my
Now,
life.
if it was a culinary connoisseur, and that
How
he
about
Not
would-
that I
like
can't cook. I just like need to
Like,
eat
how about
the same
something in the
things.
sports world every week? Like
All right.
something that happens there.
We'll start thinking again. If you have ideas,
I'm down for that. We had at one point we talked about athletes in the wild, which was like current athletes in their sport doing good things with their community and stuff.
Oh, all right.
So we had like a new one of those each week. We had like Olympic stars doing really cool charity work. We had just a bunch of stuff. But if that would be a cool story, I think. Living life like an athlete, both
Yeah. Show
on the
up
court and off the court, or
the
on
pros
the
are
field and off the
doing.
field. Yeah. So maybe that'll be one. We'll
This was-
keep
well,
thinking.
We'll go on the drawing board.
Yeah.
We'll
So-
brainstorm.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Also, anything else that we want to tap on? Okay.
Nope.
Remember, you're an athlete. Live like it.
Bye, guys.
Born an athlete, you'll die an athlete. It's in your DNA.
You're an athlete. Live like an athlete so that you can be successful in life.
You're an athlete. Live like it.
ANA, America needs athletes.